This is Connor Galvin, a project manager with Kelly Roofing, here for the tile roof inspection on Tuscany Drive. Inside the attic here, I'm over the vent area where on the second story of the home, it looked like there might be a potential leak. After inspecting up here, I do not see any signs of staining around the drywall of the vent here. So that is positive that there might not be a roof leak in this area. You do have this closed cell insulation that's on the back of the plywood here. When looking at it, it makes it a little bit more difficult to diagnose a leak, but I am not seeing any signs of staining on the closed cell insulation here. So at this time, it does not look like there is a active roof leak over the vent detail on the second story of the home. Up on the roof here over the garage area, you have these cap tiles on your hips and your ridges. The cap tiles are actually fastened only using a concrete mortar. Because of that, with expansion and contraction throughout the day as it gets hot and cold, the concrete will actually break here on the sides. And what happens is, you can see I can just lift the cap tile up here. These would need to be re-secured and fastened down using a tile adhesive at the headlap here and some new concrete on the sides. That way, in a high wind event, they wouldn't be ripped off as a projectile and damage any property around your house or your neighbor's property. Also over the garage area, you have this valley detail that comes down. At the base of the valley here, you have this top flashing detail that carries all the water flow over top of the tiles here. It's very good that you do have that because most tile homes in Florida do not have that. However, you're also missing the top flashing at your wall details. None of your wall details around the whole entire home have any sort of top flashing. So if we look here at this wall and the head wall here, and even all the way around the first story wherever it meets the second story, you're missing top flashing. I will provide in the proposal a price to add this in. This would be a preventative maintenance, and the main objective here would be not allowing the water to get underneath the tiles like it can now. This can definitely cause a leak down the road. You never want to blatantly allow water to run on top of the underlayment. So we would install the top flashing over this area here just to redirect all the water flow on top of the tiles and off the roof. On the back side of the home here, you do have this vent detail. The vent detail is missing top flashing like the wall details are. They used a concrete mortar around this vent to try to flash it. However, with the expansion and contraction of the roof, you're going to start to get cracks like you're already starting to see here. Also, concrete is going to hold water moisture and also dam it up, so it can cause a leak down the road. And you can see even on the back side of the vent here, this void where water can get into with a hard wind-driven rain, or even the water rushing down the roof and just hitting the back of the vent here. Would be recommended to repair these vent details. That way that there's no potential for a leak, especially as we get into the rainy season. I've also noticed walking around the roof here, you do have a couple of broken and cracked tiles. Here's an example of a cracked tile where we would just use a tile adhesive here to make sure that that piece is put back together and doesn't expose the underlayment. So see a cracked tile down here in the valley. Again, we can use a tile adhesive to put that back together. That concludes the tile roof inspection here on Tuscany Drive. For any more questions, please contact me directly at 239-438-5580.